Welcome back to a very special H3 weapon deep dive. We have got an icon today, of course, actually two icons. We've got the Thompsons, the Thompson submachine guns. We've got the M1928 here with the interesting little foregrip. And over here on the other page of the spawn table, we've got the M1A1 Thompson. Both have interchangeable magazines. We've got this magazine right here, the stick mag. Everything's in 45 ACP. We got a 50 round drum magazine. And we've got a gigantically ridiculous 100 round drum magazine in case you want to do some typing. Let's see here in the spawner. There we go. You can tell the 1928 version, it's got the ribbed barrel on it and that funny foregrip. Here is the M1. Probably seen it looking like this more often. What else do we got? Nothing. Who cares? Let's get into it. Our magazines will fit all three magazines, the 30, the 50, and the monstrous 100. Look at that thing. You thought the 50 was big. There's your 100 rounds, 45 ACP. All three will fit on both firearms interchangeably, no problem. Let's take a look at the controls, starting with the 1928. Here's your magazine. And your magazine, well, believe it or not, it features a magazine release, so down on the trackpad, we'll eject the magazine, and that is true on both versions. Always be safe. Let's start by taking a look at our selector switch. We've got two visual indicators of the selector switch. We've got this that goes between safe and fire, and this that goes between single and full auto. So we'll start with safe, go left on the trackpad, and it'll go to fire, effectively to semi-auto. Left again, we'll go to full auto. Left again, back to safe, so operates the same as all the other weapons, but just visually it's indicated differently. It's only on the left side of the firearm, not on the right. You've got your bolt handle on the top. Pull it back. It fires from an open bolt position. Let's find one with bullets in it. There we go. And turn it on to go mode. It will lock open on empty, so you can just insert a new magazine, not have to manipulate anything, and be ready to fire. Convenient. Let's take a look at the A1 version. We've got the same selector switch. It's not quite as pretty looking, but it functions exactly the same. You've got safe, single, and full auto, like that. It is only on the left side. Still, that's a bummer. If you notice, the bolt has been moved, at least the bolt handle has been moved to the left side, a little more out of the way. But it functions the same way. You've still got a magazine release down on the trackpad, and it still will lock open in the where's my grip? Lock open on empty, so you can just insert a new magazine and you are good to go without doing anything. Let's see what attachments will fit on the 1928 version. Well, I did say 1928 version, so there are no rails on it anywhere. That's a bummer. Can you put a foregrip? No. Well, that's kind of in the way, isn't it? So no extra foregrips. Now, wait a minute, it's already got a muzzle brake on it. Well, it's got a cuts compensator built into the model, but you can put an extra one on there if you so choose. We will find out in the recoil test if that makes a difference. You can put a suppressor on there as well. In fact, you can put any muzzle brake you'd like on there. You can also put the barrel adapter with the rails on it. You can put the barrel extension on it. It's kind of covered up partially with the compensator, but you can put it on there. It's already got a giant stock on there, so you don't need an extra one. And somewhere around here, there it is. It's my spatula, so you can spatulate. Let's look at the A1 version. We've got slightly different layout here. Obviously, your foregrip is different. It's up there. You've got the same overall dimensions, though. Basically the same. Again, your bolt's on the right side. What else we got? Well, let's see. No rails, of course. It will fit all the same attachments on there, and you can even put the cuts compensator on there if you like to make it look like the 1928 version a little bit. But it will put everything on the barrel. It'll put the spatula just the same, and it already has a stock, so no extra stocks. Let's check out our sights. Well, the bolt's on the top. So they had to cut a slot in it so that you could see through it, which actually is handy because that rear notch is terrible. It is super tiny. It is not adjustable, even though the model makes it look adjustable. It is not adjustable. So you've got to deal with that tiny, tiny rear notch. The front sight, or the front post rather, is actually quite large. So I would pretty much use the cut in the bolt handle as a guide and then go from there, because that is not good. Let's look at the sights on the A1 version. Oh, much better, much better. Big improvement. We've got a giant rear ring there, big circle to look through, about the same. I think that's the same, yeah, same front post, but it is much easier to pick up. You just got to center it and you're good to go. I like that so much better. Here we go with the recoil test. 30 rounds of 45 ACP, full auto. There is nothing extra on the barrel. This is as it comes out of the spawner. Here we go. Nice. Nice low rate of fire. Just shy of 6. We got a 5.97 on that one. Let's take a look at that group. Hey, not too bad horizontally and pretty darn good vertically, to be honest. That's actually quite good. Now we're going to try the compensator on the compensator. See what we get. What are we, just shy of 6? Ooh, 627. I think that's the same. I think that's the same result. So I think it kind of comes with the compensator built in, or at least a new one doesn't help. One more time just to be thorough, I'm going to add a different muzzle brake on there and see if that makes a difference. Ooh, started out pretty good, but then went squirrely at the end. 7.17, effectively the same as with the other compensator and with no compensator at all. So I think it comes with one built in based on how good that group actually is for 45 ACP. Moving on to the suppressor. Now the question becomes, if that's effectively a muzzle brake slash compensator built in, does this suppressor make the recoil like really good? Because now we've got a stock muzzle brake and a suppressor, which you normally can't do. What do we get? Yikes, 4.4. That is quite a bit not as good. So I would say no, the suppressor probably is turning off the behavior of the muzzle brake that is on there. Moving on to the A1 with nothing on the barrel. Let's see how it compares to the 1928 with the built-in. Ah, 4.5. Yeah. So I think that kind of confirms it. That has a compensator built into it. Let's try the cuts compensator on the A1. 5.47. So very close to our 6 that we were getting on the 1928. And one more time with our suppressor. Oh, look at that climb and come back down 4.73, about what I expected. It's about what we got with the 1928. There you have it, the iconic Thompson 1928 model and the M1A1 with ridiculous drum on it and suppressor. Why not? Till next time, I will see ya. Ha 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 ha! Twins!